Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is FrekiFitWolf. It's Sunday, so that means it's time for another week's weigh-in. Alright, so before we get into the weigh-in and all of that stuff, I need to do a shout out to Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy. Tomorrow is her birthday, so join me in saying happy birthday, Sandy. I can't sing, so I'm not gonna sing. But if you guys know Sandy, you know she always sings for everybody, so I probably should, but I'm not. I love you, girl. Happy birthday. All right, so let's get into this week. I like to start off with my goals and then reveal the numbers and then, talk about that. So that's what I'm going to not do today. I'm going to do the numbers because how my week went there'll be some explanation that needs to happen and why I made some decisions that I made and why those decisions did not pay off or whatever. Anyway, can't talk. So my weigh-in, I stepped on the scale and I'll admit I did one of those things where I stepped on the scale and then I went to the restroom and then I took a shower and then I walked around the yard and then went back to the scale. Didn't help. I stepped on the scale and I'm 314.4. So that means I lost a big fat 0 this week and I am down 62.4 total. So I'm not getting too upset. I'll admit, I'm human. I'm a little annoyed because this week was, I thought, a good week. So it kind of frustrated me that I lost nothing. And I know that's not the end all be all of weight loss, and it's gonna happen, and sometimes you just don't know why. I will also throw out there that I just measured myself, and in the last month I have not changed in size at all. So that's fun. But yeah, so this week, I stayed within my points, I stayed within my calories, I drank all my water, I got better sleep. Oh, and on last Sunday, guys, how I have been just eating whatever the heck I feel like on Sundays and really actually going over my dailies and my weeklies. Last Sunday, I didn't. I stayed within my dailies and my weeklies. So I ended this week perfect as far as following the food aspect of things. Now, another aspect is I did not exercise. This is why I said I needed to reveal the weight ahead of time, because my logic, and these are games that we play all the time in our head, that we need to not. We just need to do what we know is good for our bodies. But I know exercise will slow down the scale from moving. And even though it is for good reasons, it's because you are tightening up, you are toning up, you are strengthening your bodies. It makes sense that the scale should move slower. But I got in my head that I want to be under 300 pounds. And I've had this talk with myself numerous times that the number doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't. But I really want it. I want it really, really bad. And I didn't want to do it in a way that, is starving myself or something extreme. So I was like, I'm just not going to exercise. The weight comes off quicker when I don't exercise. So let me just skip exercise this week. I still got 10,000 steps in every day. It's not like I became a sloth all week and was just eating and doing nothing. I was still active at work. I still worked both jobs. I still got 10,000 steps every single day. I just didn't do any strength training or anything to that effect. Despite my goals, if you guys remember my goals video, was that I want to make sure I get better at exercise. But I wanted the scale to move quicker. And it's a constant struggle in my head. It doesn't matter how fast this journey goes. I didn't gain it overnight. I know this. Logically, we know these things. But emotionally, it's a different story. I want to be under 300 pounds. I've been at this over a year. And yes, I am down 62. I wrote on a random advertisement what my numbers were. I am down 62.4 pounds. That is nothing to be ashamed of. That is something to be proud of. It's just in my head, again, mentally / emotionally, it happens where I'm like, I've been at this over a year and I'm not under 300 pounds. My brain keeps forgetting that this time around I started at 376.8 versus normally when I try to lose weight, it's because I got to 350. So that is an extra 20 something pounds that will keep me from being to under 300. But it just was very frustrating. And I shouldn't have not exercised, especially since I didn't get the payoff I wanted. But that just goes to show you that sometimes our bodies do these things. Whether we, behave or not behave, sometimes our body does stuff that's unpredictable. It's, again, frustrating just because, you guys have seen my numbers, like, the past month or so. Like, the entire last month, I gained 1.6. It's a weight loss journey. I'm not supposed to be gaining weight. And again, it could be worse. It could be that, I'm still proud of myself. I'm not quitting. I'm not berating myself. I'm just explaining where my brain is coming from when I'm going over this stuff. Like, I'm not... And I'm trying to justify it, I guess, because I'm like, I'm on a weight loss journey, but last month I gained. And all of these other emotions and things are going on. And I know I have watched some YouTubers in the past, and when they're consistently not doing what they're supposed to do, it gets frustrating. I feel for them, but it gets frustrating, especially as a viewer, because I typically watch all of the other people because they help motivate me. And I want to be that person for you guys. But, at least it's not because, despite not exercising, it's not because of me not behaving. So that's a different level of struggle, I guess. It's not like I had a binge this week. Like, when I have a gain or a non-loss, and I know why, I'm not happy, but I totally get it. Versus this time, I'm like, all signs should have pointed to losing weight. Everything should have pointed there. The scale should have moved, but it didn't. So you can tell by my voice, I'm not super upset. I'm not mad. I'm not depressed. I'm not gonna go binge all week or anything like that. But a little upset and motivated to keep going, and because I want to get there. I am going to tweak what I am doing a little bit. After I started thinking about it, the first more than half of this journey, or at least more than half of my weight loss on this go around, was when I was doing Carb Conscious on iTrackBites, which is the Points Plus plan on Weight Watchers back in the day. And scrolling back through the news feed of my weight loss journey, the journal on iTrackBites, I started having more of these kind of complications when I switched to Sugar Smart, aka the WW Green plan. So I am going to at least try out for a few weeks Carb Conscious again. I'm switching back to that today. And so that, as far as how that goes, points-wise, that's changing for me. Certain foods are worth different points than what they were worth on Sugar Smart or Green. So if you've never done Points Plus, the foods are worth different. The 0 point list is very, very, very similar to WW Green. I have to actually refresh my memory on that. And then other than that, my points, my bites go up to 65 instead of 62, and the weeklies go to 49 instead of 42. So it is getting more points and more bites, and maybe that's an issue. Maybe I am not eating enough, because I will say I've made up this 2,200 calorie goal. Completely made it up because I felt like the goal that they give me is too much. And maybe they know a little bit more than I do. I don't know. So we're going to try it out. I forgot exactly what the calorie goal is that the app actually recommends. But this week, I am going to try to eat that calorie goal instead of my own made up calorie goal. It's like 2,600, I think. I forget exactly. It's a few hundred more than what I do. So I am going to try it. I'm going to try to do the plan as written, but the carb conscious plan as written instead of the WW Green / Sugar Smart. So when I do cooking videos, I can still switch in the app to Sugar Smart and figure out the points for green, and purple and all that jazz. Typically, I'll probably just do green because it's going to get complicated if I'm figuring out what I'm eating, what 3 other people could eat on 3 different plans. But I will at least update it to a current WW plan so that I can give the points for that. But other than that, the nutritional information will be the same. And that's if I do cooking videos. Like sometimes I feel like, especially, the sweets one. I know you guys love them and I love them, but sometimes maybe it's not good having all that in my house. Granted, I've always tracked, I've always behaved, so I don't see why that's an issue. But when I'm trying to eat more whole foods and more healthier foods, even though they're within my points, doesn't mean it's okay to eat, an entire loaf of those peanut butter bars. Like, within my points, but it's a lot of sugar, it's a lot of chemicals, it's a lot of that. Who knows? That could be a factor too. There could be a million different reasons. That didn't happen this week, but still, it could be a million different reasons of why what is going on with my weight journey is going on. So it's experimentation time. That's what I'm gonna do. And also, side note, if you've made it this far, 11 minutes, this shirt, if you're not in like the Facebook groups or Instagram or whatever, this shirt used to not fit. I haven't been able to wear it for a few years now, so that's pretty cool. It's still pretty short because my stomach is pushing it out, lifting it up a little bit, but I can fit it on. Like, it technically fits. It's just if I raise my arms, it's like hello belly. So that's non-scale victory. There's some good things that are going on despite the way the scale is showing and what the measurements are showing. There are some things. And honestly, when you do measure, you might not get the exact same spot or whatever, but still, I moved it around just in case. I was like, well, maybe I went a little bit lower. No. Like, no matter what, like, it was either higher or where I thought it was, which would be exactly the same as the last time I measured. So yeah, anyway, long story short, not happy, not too upset, motivated, determined to figure out what I gotta do to get where I want to be in a healthy way, which is important. So I am, in short, switching to carb conscious, aka points plus on Weight Watchers from years ago. I am going to go ahead and try eating at their calorie goal, and I'm gonna go ahead and freaking exercise. Like, at least during quarantine, when I didn't lose weight, I lost like 3 pounds total during 9 weeks, I shrunk 12 inches. So if the scale's not gonna move, I might as well at least try to get my body to change. With me? Okay. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry for a longer video. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. Let me know your feelings on my change of plans. That would be very helpful. All right. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. And bye.